necesitamos. Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best. Basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
How's everybody doing? Good morning to everybody. God bless everybody that is watching. It's 11:41 over here in Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. It's Monday, 3rd of May of 2021. God bless every single one of you that you are watching. Thank you so much for joining on this live feed. God bless you guys. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. Get the seat right here going. How's everybody doing? Now, my God, it has been a really interesting weekend. The news that we gave this weekend was unbelievable. The fake documents of this activist, fake lawyers, that they just stole $3,500 from a migrant, making him believe that they were agents from ICE, and also providing fake documents with the seal of the Department of Homeland Security with receipts of the Western Union deposits. It is just unbelievable that in that amount of evidence. And also, most importantly, the statements from the migrant calling for all the migrant population, around the camp and all the camps around the borders to please stop giving money and not trusting these liberal activists. That is basically what it is. It is just, I'm still mad about it. I'm still upset. I'm still, it angers me that they took this so much advantage of this, peasant farmer. And it is just unbelievable, disgusting, the lowest of the scum. And of course, you have the leftist tabloid writers that they're not going to say anything about it. Because they're going to say, oh, we have been talking about it for the longest time, Oscar. This is not new. This is supposed to be. Yeah. Ajá. Sí. Sí, cómo no. Sí, cuentas el otro. Amazing. This is just amazing. This amount of evidence that we have. Unbelievable, man. And these people are not in the efforts of stopping. But let's get right into our information. One of the one of the cartel leaders back in the 1980s and back in the 1990s, it was El Güero Palma. El Güero Palma was one of the right-hand man of El Chapo Guzman. Güero Palma was really known for his character, well known for his really aggravated attitude, and ultimately for his loyalty with El Chapo Guzman. This man right here, El Güero Palma, has been authorized by the government of Mexico to be absolved of all crime in terms to organized crime, and they ordered his liberty as immediate as possible. This man has been in prison for the longest of time, and now he is going to be free. This is the government of Mexico. Hey, cabrón. Let me drink some coffee. Oh my God. So they are authorizing the release of El Güero Palma of in accusation of the crimes of organized crime, and they ordered his liberty. This is El Güero Palma right here. As you see, he has been, the Marines is on the back. So it says right here, Ciudad de Mexico, the judge of the second district of penal federal processes in Jalisco, that is the capital of Guadalajara, notified this Saturday to the General Direction Center of Federal and Readaptation Social Number 1, Altiplano, that is the name of the prison, of the Secretary of Public Security and Protection to the Citizens, the SSPYNC, of the resolution that absolves Héctor Luis Palma Salazar, better known aka as El Güero Palma, of the accusations of the commission of the crimes of the organized crime presented by the Ministerial Public of the Federation. So it is amazing now that here you see the international Consigliere of International Relations, Marcelo Ebrard, tweeting this. It says, I share you the relevant information elaborated by the Secretary of Public Security over the case of Héctor Palma Salazar, better known as El Güero Palma. He will be released. He will be released, and, he will be released in the incoming days. This man was extremely dangerous back in the 1980s, back in the 1990s. He was one of the ones that started the war with El Cartel Arellano Felix. El Cartel Arellano Felix was the cartel that used to rule, or in a way still works, in the areas of Baja California, in some parts of Sonora. It was one of the biggest cartels back in the 80s and 90s, the Cartel Arellano Felix. A cartel full with brothers and sisters, vast majority men. And this organization, Arellano Felix, had a big disagreement with El Chapo Guzman, El Cartel de Sinaloa. They went to war and all hell got loose. And one of the people that, went to prison was El Güero Palma. So for everybody to know, this man is going to be released in the incoming days. He is going to be free. And, the government of Mexico has already declared him his freedom. Now, listen to what I told you. They were at war. This man was at war with El Cartel Arellano Felix. Now, listen to this. Now, the other one that is going to be released, and it is not going to be, is this man. The United States is going to liberate, or is going to give freedom to the Mexican narco Eduardo Arellano Felix, that this is the family that it was going to war with El Güero Palma and El Chapo Guzman right here in our city of Tijuana. And also, in our state of Baja. This is the man is called Eduardo Arellano Felix, better known, AKA, as the Doctor. He was one of the leaders next to his brother, Benjamin Arellano Felix. Also, Ramon Arellano Felix, that he was practically the guy that took over the dirty work. And Eduardo Arellano Felix. This man has been in prison since 2007 in the United States of America. And it says right here, the article that it was published by the LA Times. The narco trafficker, Eduardo Arellano Felix, was sentenced in 2013 to 15 years of prison for the charges of money laundering and conspiracy to illicit transfers of money. He will be liberated and he will be free on the 18th of August. Arellano Felix, better known as the Doctor, has his nickname. He has, he already went to college to study, to be a doctor. That's why, to study medicine. That's why they call him the Doctor. And he declared himself guilty to avoid being sentenced. He's in the low federal system in Allentown, Pennsylvania, according to the BOP prison system. So he will be released early. He's a U.S. citizen. He's a U.S. citizen, by the way. So he will be released. So you got El Güero Palma that will be released, that he was a lieutenant for El Chapo Guzman, a really, aggressive guy with no scruples, man. He was really aggressive guy. And you got Eduardo Arellano Felix, better known as the Doctor, that he is going to be released on August. So two mega leaders from two different organizations are going to be released. Now, in another news, according to the sources in our country of Mexico, another cartel leader, that he was a violent, deadly cartel leader, has been assassinated. And he was operating in our city of Tijuana, and he was operating in the city of Mexicali. They assassinated Filiberto Parra, better known as La Perra, the dog. He was a really famous sicario, really famous, narco right here. He was a lieutenant, for the cartel of the Arellano Felix. And also he betrayed the cartel of Arellano Felix. And he went to work with the cartel of Sinaloa. It says right here, the member of the cartels of Tijuana and also Sinaloa, Filiberto Parra Ramos, better known as La Perra, was executed on a mechanical shop in Tijuana on Friday, 30th of April. Here you see him being arrested right here with the Marine, and later on he was released. It says sources consulted by the Fiscal General of the state, they confirmed the identity of this man, that he was in prison for 8 years in the federal prison of Oaxaca for, organized crime, in hopes that the DEA and the PGR, that is the General of the Republic, the Justice Department, they vinculated him with the assassinations of police agents, and rivals of trafficking of drugs. La Perra, he was part of, for more than a decade, in the 90s, of the organization of the Arellano Felix, and also the group of people of Teodoro Garcia Cimental, another leader cartel that he is in prison, better known as El Teo. Really aggressive man. This El Teo was extremely violent. This guy, El Teo, that later on El Teo later on became part of the Cartel de Sinaloa and received orders from El Chapo Guzman between the years 28 and 2010. He registered in Tijuana in a war between these two cartels that they were part of 2,000 deaths. Filiberto Parra, better known as the Perra, he received 9mm impacts, bullets in the head, shoulders, and he was murdered in an establishment close to the neighborhood Campos de Tijuana. He died later on in the Institute Mexican Social Security Hospital as he was attended in emergencies. This is the cartel activity that is occurring. The leaders, not cartel activity, the leaders of, that they are going to be released, no later than in August. They're going to release Eduardo Arellano Felix, that it was better known as the Doctor. He was part of the, cartel Arellano Felix, and they are ordered. The Mexican government ordered the release of Hector Palma, better known as Güero Palma. He was the lieutenant for El Chapo Guzman. And now another leader. This one got assassinated on the 30th of April. Filiberto Parra, better known as the Perra. He was a sicario, and he was an operations man for two cartels. He had the cartels of Tijuana and also the cartels of Sinaloa. This is crazy, people. It is absolutely crazy. Before we go on, if you considered my information valuable for you guys, buy me a coffee. It's on the top. There's a link. Buy me a coffee if you guys want to cooperate for my work. Now, this occurred not too long ago where 130 migrants died overseas. This is a sad news as they died in the Mediterranean. And the note says right here, 130 migrants died, in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. And it says right here, the ONG, SOS, the nonprofit organization or non-governmental organization, SOS Mediterranean, indicated on Thursday that they detected close to the coast of Libya, hundreds and a number of, more than 12 people, more than 10, 20s, bodies around the port of this particular place, that they were floating, the bodies were floating. And at least at this, boat, there were 130 migrants. SOS Mediterranean, they have been receiving an alert, they say, on Tuesday, from, a voluntary group that informed that the migrants were in difficulty in the high sea over the presence of, of three shipments in the waters of international waters next to Libya. So, it's so sad to see this kind of situation. And, a statistic right here on the bottom that is clearly important for everybody to know. It says almost 453 migrants have died, in the sea, in the Mediterranean Sea, starting 2021. The majority of them, they take the central route that connects to the coast of Tunis and Libya and the coast of Italy. It is just amazing, people. Not only this, now let me just tell you something that is extremely important for everybody. One of the borders that has been suffering, and it has an enormous increase of 200% of irregular entrances to the United States, has been Arizona. Arizona has suffered like you don't even imagine. And it is, in comparison to this number that is remarkably, awful, that is 453 people that they have drowned in the Mediterranean Sea, migrants. You compare it to the actual facts of people that they have passed away trying to cross through the desert of Arizona, and it is another humongous number. As you're talking about that, and on the year of 2018 and 2019, Arizona registered an increase of more than 200% of irregular entrances, and now in the year of 2021, it has escalated not only 200%, but 36% more. Imagine that. So you're talking about 236% of people crossing irregularly and illegally through the deserts. That is, it is something that is horrible. Arizona, nobody talks about Arizona. Nobody talks about the activity in Ajo, Arizona. Nobody talks about the activity that is in the reservation areas, where a lot of people in the reservation areas are part of this, trafficking and enormous human smuggling and sex trade also. Nobody's talking about that. But Arizona, it is an epicenter of sex trafficking and child trafficking. And it is huge, humongous. And if the statistics say that it has increased more than 200% on the year 2018 and 2019, and now it has increased more than 36% of the year 2018 and 2019, you're talking about 236%. You're talking about that how many people sadly had passed away crossing through the desert. Now, a thing that my moderator has consistently told me, and I'm remembering right now, and it is a fact that I want you guys to try to start doing this research. Who has the statistics in the stats on how many people have passed away on their intent to migrate? Does the United Nations care about how many people passed away on the sea, like the Mediterranean Sea? Where is the philanthropist, George Soros, right here? Where is he? Where is the philanthropist, George Soros, helping migrants in the sea, in the Mediterranean Sea, where more than 453 migrants have passed away drowning? Where's the philanthropist, George Soros, helping, people that they have passed away in the desert? Where is he? Does he have actual statistics of how many people have passed away due to this globalization of immigration that he's pursuing and he's so persistent of? Does he know? Does he have somebody that is taking numbers and somebody that is putting attention to where these people are mostly passing away or on their intent to a better life and on their intent to migrate? If you see that people are losing their lives particularly on this part that is the Mediterranean Sea, why does the United Nations does not do anything about it to stop people from migrating to this particular part? Business, money. It is so evil and it is so demonic, this so-called philanthropist, George Soros. It is so evil, man. And now that you get people migrating through the desert, it is more evil. Now, the most important thing about this is that somebody's doing something about it. And Alejandro Mayorkas has said that they are going to start this operation that is called Operation Sentinel, Operation Sentinel. You guys can go in and read and fact check me if you want. Operation Sentinel, you can go and investigate it on dhs.gov. Operation Sentinel is going to be to attack the non-governmental organizations, the NGOs, and the nonprofit organizations, and all these people that they're under the wing of helping and humanitarian and being humanitarian, but they're not. They're actually doing damage, like the ones that we presented this weekend that is actually stealing from a migrant $3,500 and presenting forged documents of the Department of Homeland Security, those kind of things. Alejandro Mayorkas is already aware that they are operating these non-governmental organizations to traffic people, to be part of the smuggling, the smuggling operandi, and ultimately to make money also. So there's no audit for all these organizations. There's no audit. First and foremost, for these non-governmental organizations, there's no audit from the United States. So Alejandro Mayorkas is pushing that. And I love this, I love that Alejandro Mayorkas, it is helping in that particular way. I was not a fan of Alejandro Mayorkas starting, but when he said this Operation Sentinel, I was really a fan. I was like, this is what the United States wants, and this is what the United States needs. A man like Alejandro Mayorkas pushing to attack traffickers and non-governmental organizations that they're taking advantage of the most vulnerable, that is migrants. Now look at this. Look at this. What this happened. Now this is an article that it was released around, I believe that it was March or April 2nd or something like that. But it has to do a lot with what I just told you. And what I just told you is that Alejandro Mayorkas is trying to do something. This article was released on April 9th, and is an article released by BOA News, and it says nearly 90 human traffickers arrested in international sweep. Now, this is what Alejandro Mayorkas wants to push. Not only to attack the human traffickers and the human smugglers and the child traffickers and the sex traffickers and all this trafficking that is a multi-billion business. Not only that, but ultimately to freeze their accounts and their bank accounts. That is when you hit them on the money. If you freeze, the most important thing is Alejandro Mayorkas was really clear and transparent about it. He's like, we are going to try to, all these people that they're working and they're profiting of this, basically put them on a watch list. Number one, froze their passports or freeze their passports, or eventually go to a certain screening of what they're doing in Mexico or what they're doing in another country. Third of all, inevitably investigate all these organizations that there are consistently operating around migrants. And fourth of all, most importantly, is to freeze their accounts. And as you see right here, there's Alejandro Mayorkas is not only the one that is doing this, but this article says nearly 90 human traffickers have been arrested in international sweep. Now, it says the Interpol. This is a picture of a smuggler, as you see right here. This is a sad picture, man. Look at this. The necessity is so much, man, that you put your kids through this. Look at this. The Interpol says, the article says, the Interpol says it has arrested 88 human traffickers and 63 human migrant smugglers in the international operation. It said also rescued 500 victims. Smuggled migrants are described those that have given their consent, with those trafficked and forced or deceived by criminals, according to routers. The operation is called Wiki, which means stop Swahili. Took place from March 28 to April 2nd in 24 countries, including Kenya, Brazil, and France. This is a great operation. One of the rescued is a 15-year-old Congolese, a girl, who Interpol said it had been sexually abused while being smuggled. For all these people saying that it's a conspiracy theory, sexually abused while being smuggled to avoid a forced marriage. To avoid a forced marriage. Oh my God. And then it says, the article goes on and says this. Construction workers from Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan also were rescued from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Interpol said that they had their passports taken and had not been paid. These victims could not simply walk away from the horrific situation they found themselves in and the suffering they endure, said Interpol Secretary General Jürgen Stuck. We will continue to help countries untangle sensitive and complex cases, which will undeniably generate more arrests in the months to come. Amazing. But this is good, people. This is good because the number one thing, as according to Alejandro Mayorkas, the number one thing is to tackle the human traffickers, to tackle the sex traffickers, to tackle the human smugglers and child smugglers and sex traffickers and sex abuse traffickers, to go after them. According to Alejandro Mayorkas, on this operation that is called Operation Sentinel. Now, if Alejandro Mayorkas is going to do this, the number one thing that Alejandro Mayorkas needs to do is go after these non-governmental organizations. Audit, and audit consistently, Mr. Mayorkas. Audit consistently this non-governmental organizations. What are they doing? Why do they have activists that they are not qualified to be around children? First and foremost, because in the United States of America, it is way different. You don't see these activists around families and around children. But over here, because they don't have, there's no restrictions, the government of Mexico, he's an activist, let him. It's just normal for them. You see all these crazy activists around children. A lot of them are not okay to be around families. And their intentions are clearly something else. Like we presented the evidence on this weekend on United America First with Will Johnson. We presented the evidence of forged documents from the Department of Homeland Security and also receipts from the Western Union deposit where this migrant was taking advantage with $3,500. So the first thing that they need to do, Mr. Mayorkas, is to go at these non-governmental organizations and to audit and consistently audit these people. Consistently audit these organizations of lawyers. These organizations of lawyers that they're coming, that they're bringing pasantes, these people that they are, these people that they need, that they are basically in the camps. These activists that they need a background check, specifically. In the United States of America, it is different because they do, but over here they don't. So they're freely working around children and families. And now you got these organizations of lawyers that they're bringing students from the United States of America to do their practices over here in our country of Mexico. And also, who is doing the audit on these students? If they're capable of, bringing the correct information to the table, are they doing the correct, the process to be helping a migrant family? Are these organizations being audited? I don't care if you have 1,000 permits. Really, I don't care about that. The most important thing is you're doing it correctly. And who do you have inside of your organization? Clearly, a lot of these organizations, they are not providing and they're not doing their job correctly because, as you saw this weekend, an information has been leaked from a migrant that they stole from him. $3,500, making him believe that they were going to cross him to the United States with forged documents of the Department of Homeland Security. Amazing. So this is good. This is, every day more and more likely now the people around the world are getting to know that there is a trafficking problem, and all people around migrants should be vetted. All people, including migrants. That is what the globalist compact of now they're trying, these activists, liberals, they're trying to go against the globalist compact of immigration, because the globalist compact of immigration says clearly you have to come in legally, documented, peacefully, and with a purpose. Now these people, these liberals, are saying why you're being such a racist, why a xenophobic, why you're asking for documents, why you want to DNA test that parent if he's his child or not. You have more than 18,000 unaccompanied minors in the United States of America, and you have a lot of fake parents, and you're asking why? You're asking why? The logic is just on the number. It's just stupid. If you don't see the number, and if you don't see why these people don't want to be DNA tested, Why don't you want to be DNA tested? Why not? Why they push that agenda in Mexico, but why they fail in the United States of America? Because in Mexico, they can do whatever they want because Mexico signed the Globalist Compact of Immigration, and you got the United Nations in there, huh? But in the United States, you don't have it. So in the United States, we're pushing it. No. That's violating their rights, Dorothy. So inadmissible. Right? No, over there. No. Why you're doing DNA testing in the United States of America? That is clearly so racist and so fascist and so narcissist. But over here in Mexico, you go in there, right? It's amazing. All these organizations, like you're seeing right here, this document from BOA News. And also, ultimately, you will see now Operation Sentinel. That is an operation being done by the government of the United States of America, the Department of Homeland Security, with Alejandro Mayorkas, cooperating and working with not only the government of all dependencies of the government of the United States, but also cooperating and working with Mexico and other countries. Now the United States knows Alejandro Mayorkas has stepped up to the plate and said, hold on, Biden. You're trying to tell me that you want to open up the border and you want to bring everybody in. Mr. President, we have a problem. What is the problem, Alejandro? Tell me. More than 18,000 mining company miners we have over here. And this multi-billion business, making a multi-billion business. We are looking really bad around the eyes of the world as our border is looking like everybody can come in and do whatever the hell they want. And we are the United States of America, sir. I'm trying to help people. This is not the correct way, sir. Do what you got to do. So Alejandro Mayorkas stepped into the plate and he put this Operation Sentinel that, this operation that is called on this document, this is another operation, according to the Interpol, the operation is called Wiki, which means stop in Swahili. Which means stop in Swahili. That is a language, Swahili. So this Operation Wiki is also not only, it's in 24 countries, it's including Kenya, Brazil, and France. So you got Operation Sentinel now and Operation Wiki, that it means stop in Swahili. That is, these are great operations. These are great operations. The exposure that a lot of outlets, independent outlets that we have been doing, helps a lot for these people to understand and for everybody to understand that what is happening around in our borders and what is happening around in the world. This helps a lot. Because it's not only Operation Sentinel by Alejandro Mayorkas in the United States government with cooperation with the triangle of the most powerful countries, that is Canada, the United States, and Mexico, but also now you got the Interpol cooperating with Kenya, Brazil, and France on this operation that is called Wiki, that is stop in Swahili. It's important. It's important that countries now, they're understanding that we have a gigantic sex trafficking problem, child trafficking problem, abuse of women, that is a humongous problem, which I will bring an interview that Miss Sarah Carter did with a Tim Young. I believe that is his name. And I will bring that interview where in Panama, it is a horrific situation. This man is a war journalist, as I was listening to him. And my God, the situation in Panama, it is horrible, people. They're raping the women. They're abusing the women. And every woman that goes through that particular canal, the majority and 90% of those women are raped, are abused, and they are trafficked. With evidence provided, of course, ultimately. You don't see the left and the United States of America talking about that particular part in Panama, right? You don't see them, right? Talking about that particular part in Panama, right? But for everybody to know, there's a humongous problem on this particular part in Panama. I don't remember the name of the particular part of Panama, but I will do a show tomorrow about this specific area, which is hot, man. It is exactly like the part between Venezuela and Colombia in the borders of Apure with Caroquito. That border is hot. More than 4,000 migrants fled to the war that is occurring right now with El Cartel La FARC. That same cartel, La FARC, is the one that controls this particular part in Panama. Also, you know, the same cartel that is been accused Nicolas Maduro of trafficking metric tons of cocaine around the world. Nicolas Maduro, socialist dictator of Venezuela, that now Ilhan Omar has come out and said that what is happening in Venezuela is fault of the United States of America. Oh my God. Holy cow. I never thought I had so much. When I was growing up, I had so much respect for the United States. I still have it. But, you know, in terms to politicians, when I was growing up, I had so much respect for the United States of America in terms to politicians and Congress people. You know, the best president that I have ever seen, you know, in my lifetime, there has been two of the United States of America. One of them was Reagan. One of them was Reagan. Thank you so much, Michael Young. That is his name. You guys follow that man. He's a war journalist, and mostly closely, possibly we will be talking to him so he can give us, you know, a interview about what is happening in Panama. It is just amazing, amazing. Miss Sarah Carter did an interview with him, and holy cow, what is going on in Panama? It is just unbelievable. The abuse that they're doing towards the women. It is just animal warfare right there. The abuse towards women. But you don't see these tabloid journalists talking about what is going on over there. You don't see them getting their boots on and walking and say, okay, let me go over there and see if it is true or not. No, it's just hearsay. I heard they're exaggerating the situation, exacerbated, and they're like, conspiracy there is like, oh my God, it's just right there, lady. You see it? Yeah, but this is like, oh my God, poor the suffering. It's just amazing, the ignorance, the humongous ignorance. Actually, you can see that interview and you can hear that podcast, because it was a podcast by Miss Sarah Carter. You can hear that podcast. We posted on our Telegram. If you guys want to join my Telegram, go over there. It's Oscar Blue. This guy is a war journalist. He's been doing this for like 2005, 2004, something like that. I read about it. I started reading about a lot about him, and he's phenomenal. He's great. And, you know, it's very graphic. And what he's saying is humongous. It's like what we have been doing. What we have been doing, you know, showing content like it is. Crude, there. You see it in your eyes. Watch it. Digest it, feel it. It's just unbelievable. But this is really important for everybody. Really important in what terms that I'm seeing. Important that is that now it is a crackdown, and now it is happening. The crackdown, and, you know, to sex trafficking, to child trafficking, the crackdown of smugglers, that they're making a killing out of this, man. A killing. We said this not too long ago. We have said it multiple times. The most lucrative business that exists right now, it is the asylum and refugee cases. It's the most lucrative business, because with that, it comes families, it comes children, and it comes all this package that, you know, these activists and these, you know, groups of smugglers and traffickers, they have so many, you know, so many options to play with. Fake family, fake marriage, children. They have so many options to play with. Abuse of women, rape, you know, all this horrific situations which the migrants are enduring on their journey through this globalist compact of the philanthropist, George Soros. Right? Philanthropist? Where is the philanthropist helping the people in Panama right there? Do you see that philanthropist over there? Do you see that philanthropist, George Soros, in the border between Colombia and Venezuela? Do you see that philanthropist? Let me ask my people in my contacts and my colleagues in Chile. Do you see that philanthropist, George Soros, in Chile? Let me ask them if they have seen that philanthropist over there giving money to the poor. Oh my God, he's doing such a phenomenal thing. The philanthropist. Holy cow, people. Amazing. The most important thing about this is that it is actually something being done. And it is little by little. But, you know, it's something being done. There's a profile right here. I want to take a minute because there's a profile right here of a show that I used to watch. And it was called Married with Children. And there's a profile right here that is called Al Bundy. You know, four touchdowns in a football game, man. Oh man, people do the most crazy things. Al Bundy, man, 4 touchdowns in a football game. Love and marriage, love and marriage. Oh no. God bless everybody that is watching. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. My internet, I think, is lagging for a little bit. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the platform right here, on top of the chat. If you guys consider my information valuable for you guys, Buy Me a Coffee is on top in my PayPal also. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, and all platforms that exist right here from planet Earth to planet Neptune. If you guys see a platform that exists, Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you so much to Miss Nancy, Miss Mary, Miss Geraldine, Miss Barbara, Miss Carol, and Miss Brenda. Thank you so much for the Buy Me a Coffees, man. Thank you. God bless you guys. And every single one that it was anonymous, because I got a lot of people that go anonymous. God bless every single one of you. We are going to have a humongous live feed on during this week. You guys be sure to be watching all the our live feeds, as we are going to do boots on the ground work in a municipal city in our state of Baja. Be sure to be watching that. It's going to be during the week. So don't miss it. Don't miss it at all. You know, thank you so much for joining this live feed, to all the 150 of you that I'm watching right now on this platform of YouTube. You can follow me. El burro se cuenta al último. You can follow also my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow Ben Bergquam in Frontline America, and also at Real America's Voice News. Download the app at Roku, and also Will Johnson and Unite America First. You can follow me as Oscar Blue. You can follow me at Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, and I don't know what it was. Rumble, Instagram, YouTube, and my channel in Telegram. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Oh, follow Border Network News. Follow it on Instagram, and also follow our page on Facebook. Stay safe. And like we always say, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first. God bless.
Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.